right, now look, somebody said they wanted salt and pepper chicken. No problem, honey. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't ask me for the damn ingredient list, so pay attention. I got about 1.5 pounds of some party wings. You're going to need yourself some soy sauce, all right? You're going to need some pure sesame oil. You're also going to need just a little bit of baking soda. That helped kind of crisp it up a little bit. You're going to need onion powder, garlic powder, and MSG. Now, MSG, I feel is kind of crucial, but if you don't want to use it, honey, you don't have to, but I'm just simply saying it ain't going to taste the same. Get yourself a little bit of garlic powder. Like I said, I have about 1.5 pounds of some cleaned and dried party wings. You're also going to need Knorr chicken bouillon powder. I'm going to be frying these wings today in peanut oil. You can use whatever type of oil you would like. I'm going to be using half of a sweet Vidalia onion. My peppers are 1 jalapeno and 1 serrano. You can interchange those however way you need to. Sautéing cooking wine, which I also find is crucial, and some cornstarch. Now let's go ahead and get into it, honey. Now to marinate these wings, I'm going to add in 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, the optional 1 teaspoon of the MSG, a 1/2 teaspoon of pure sesame oil, 1.5 tablespoons of the Sautéing cooking wine, 1 tablespoon of this soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of the chicken bouillon powder. Add in just a splash of a neutral oil, not too much, and then give all of this a good mix. Now, if you want, you can do buttermilk, but I don't think it's necessary. I just add in a few splashes of water, but not too much, just enough so that you end up with a batter. And this is what you're looking for. You want the batter to look like this. So like I said, I added in just about, I would say about 1 tablespoon of water at a time until the batter consistency is like this. Like I said, if you want, you can use buttermilk, you can use sake, but I just go with water because it's, this is just so that you can thin it out. I'm now going to place a lid on this and I'm going to put this in the fridge and allow this to marinate for about 2 hours minimum, 4 hours max. While your chicken is marinating, you can go on ahead and prep your serrano and your jalapeno. Now, depending on how spicy you want yours, you can leave out the serrano, but I like mine hot, so I'm just going to chop down both, and I do keep the seeds in. And I'm just going to give these a rough chop, nothing special about it. And for this amount of chicken, I'm only going to be using 1/2 of the onion. Now, all of these are prepped, so now you can go on ahead and just sit those to the side. And of course, like I said, we are making indeed salt and pepper chicken today. So of course you got to have your salt. So don't be alarmed by this because you're not going to use it all. You're kind of essentially making like a little dry rub and then you're going to sprinkle it on the chicken. So I like to go in with 2 tablespoons of a coarse kosher salt directly into a bowl. For the pepper, I go in with a 1/2 tablespoon of black peppercorn. Now, if you know that you want yours more peppery, you can absolutely add in more, but this is nice size granules, so for me, that's perfect. And the little secret trick that I learned from one of my friends is you put in 2 teaspoons of sugar. Yes, 2 teaspoons of sugar. This will help balance it out so that it doesn't turn out to just be like super, super salty. This will kind of balance it all out. And again, if you're looking at your mixture and you see that you want more peppercorn, you can absolutely add in more, but this is now ready to go. So like I said, I'm going to be frying mine in peanut oil. So I have my wok here getting up to temp. I'm going to be doing a double fry so that we get that nice crisp to them. While my oil is coming up to temp, I've gone on ahead and taken my chicken out of the fridge so that it can kind of drop down in room temperature a bit. You guys know I say this all the time. You never want to put extremely cold meat into either hot oil or into a hot oven. It'll cause the meat to seize up and be really tough, and you don't want that. So right now, you guys, what I'm doing is I'm looking for the temperature of my oil for the first fry to hit between 325 and about 350. Okay, my oil is just now at about temp, so I'm going to go on ahead and start to put in my chicken. I'm only going to do a few pieces at a time. Remember, because this chicken is battered, it will sink down to the bottom, so you'll need to make sure that you go in and give it a little mix so that it does not stick. Remember, this first round is only about 2 to 3 minutes for frying because we are going to be double frying these. And you want to go in and just give it an initial mix so that it does not stick to the bottom. Right, so this has been frying for roughly about 2 to 3 minutes, and this is what the first stage is going to look like. Just like that. I'm now going to remove this out of the oil. I'm going to place it onto a wire rack, and I'm going to repeat this process to all of the chicken until the first stage is done, and then I'm going to crank the heat up to 375. All right, y'all, my oil is now up to 375, so we're now going to go in, and we are now going to do the second and final fry. We're now going to fully cook this through, and this is going to leave us with some super, super crispy chicken. All right, y'all, this chicken here now has been frying for, I would say, about an additional, probably about 3 to 4 minutes. And that is what your final chicken should look like. Golden brown, super, super crispy. Just like that. I mean, it's absolutely, that's what you want. This is what we want, people. This is what we want. This chicken now has been frying for an additional, I say, 3-4 minutes until the internal temperature hits 165. This is what happens when you double fry chicken. It just becomes super, super crunchy. You get that beautiful color, that carryout style crunch to it. This chicken is now done. So now I'm gonna transfer this chicken now over to the final rack to allow some of that excess oil to drain off. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to remove all but about 3 tablespoons worth of the oil out of this wok so that we can start to saute down the jalapenos, the serrano, and the onion. But for now, I'm gonna take this out, remove the oil, and then I'll be back momentarily. Alrighty, you guys, so I have removed all but maybe about 3 tablespoons of the oil, and I'm now gonna go in with the onions, the serrano, and the jalapeno, and just toast those through. Make sure the heat is still up nice and high. These peppers smell absolutely incredible. And just before your veggies start to get too soft, you want to go on ahead and throw in that delicious fried chicken. Boy, this is about to be some good eating here. I'm going to give it a quick toss. And now, with our salt, pepper, and sugar blend, we're just going to sprinkle some in, just like so. Use as much or as little as you would like, and then give it another toss. And that, my dear friends, is how you make salt and pepper chicken. I think it's time we going for a taste test, honey. Somebody said salt and pepper chicken? Huh? That's what you asked for? Salt and pepper chicken? Oh, okay. No problem. I got you. I'm done playing. Let's go. Bruh. The little bit of heat, oh my God, that's coming from the jalapeno serrano mixed with the black peppercorn, the slight tint of sugar. You can't even tell that there's sweetness in it, but there's just something. Not me forgetting that y'all was still here. Goodbye.